Episodes of the Green Corn Rebellion Show are sponsored by Oklahoma Progress Now. Oklahoma Progress Now is a 501c4 organization focused on building progressive power in Oklahoma. Their primary efforts are on developing progressive content for a 21st century audience, coalition, and capacity building across progressive organizations and causes, and working to see elected leaders who are more responsive to their constituents and the needs of the many. Areas of focus include progressive messaging and communications, coalition building and resource sharing, and focused progressive policy goals. You can check out their Twitch live streams, and they go live on Facebook at noon, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Please support this organization. It's a really great organization. It's just getting started here in Oklahoma. Thank you. Now enjoy the rest of the video. Hello, this is the Green Corn Rebellion Show. I'm Gregory Harden II, and today I'm here with Bryce Barfield, who is the candidate here in my State House District of House District 26 here in the state of Oklahoma. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Gregory?
I'm doing well. It's great to have you on finally.
Well, yes, and thank you very much for having the patience for me. This has been a challenging year for me. So Thursday will be 2 weeks in recovery from my latest surgery.
Great, that's good to hear. So first question I have here is, where are you from and where did you grow up at? Could you tell me a little bit about your upbringing?
Sure. I was born in Memphis, Tennessee. My father is a pastor and my mom a pastor's wife as well, so they traveled a lot. We lived in Arkansas. I went through first grade through third grade in Lexington, Kentucky. Then we moved to Pasadena, California, where I had my first half of sixth grade. Then I moved to Beaver, Oklahoma, and that's where my grandmother lived. So we moved there to take care of her in her later years. We lived on our family farm in Beaver. I went to high school there. We had 500 kids from kindergarten through 12th grade. We had 35 in my class, 1983 graduate. Then from there, I went on to college in Kansas and then college in Texas and Louisiana and traveled around the states. And I moved back to Shawnee area in 2007 and have been here since, working in the area.
All right, that's cool. So what have you done in life before deciding to run for state representative?
I have done a great many things. I've been 42 years in private sector work. I said in Beaver, Oklahoma. I started at age 13 working in a gas station, Texaco, pumping gas after school. And either that or we worked on our farm. We did wheat harvest work. Like I said, I grew up on my grandmother's farm until we moved to town. Last couple years of my high school years. So from there, worked in grocery stores up in college, and from there, construction, industrial construction. I worked in Iraq in 2004, helping support Operation Iraqi Freedom. I've traveled around the world. I've been on 5 continents. I have a private foundation. I help people in Nigeria and Uganda. I most recently have been vice president, helping manage 10 companies for a Hispanic-owned company in Edmond, Oklahoma.
That's cool. So what made you decide to run for office?
In 2018, I was really inspired with the teachers all coming together, wanting, better for them, better pay for them, better money for the schools, better education for the kids. And I was really close to entering, but there were so many great candidates in 2018. I didn't feel like it was the year for me to run. And this past year, I've spent a lot of time thinking prior to the election, and I did a lot of research and talked to a lot of people who are politically connected in the state prior to this year. And so many of them said there was no support in District 26 for a Democrat candidate. So many people tried to discourage me from running because they said there was no support. This year, I had the opportunity to be able to run, and I decided that if there wasn't going to be support, somebody needed to start it and spark it. So I chose myself to be that candidate. I waited to see if anyone was going to enter. And on April 9th, no one had entered as a candidate for the Democrats. I made sure I was there on April 10th and entered my name.
All right, cool. What are some of the main issues you want to emphasize in your campaign?
Well, right now, I think we need, as future President Biden has mentioned, everyone, we need unity. We need to be able to.
Episodes of the Green Corn Rebellion Show are brought to you by Addie's Sugar Shack, located at 6201 Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, in the parking lot of 10 Gym. Addie's Sugar Shack specializes in unique and delicious shaved ice treats and bonus hot treats on the weekends. Come by Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. through 9 p.m., Saturday from noon to 7 p.m., and Sunday noon through 5 p.m. Get your cold sugar fix today.
Speak across the table with people who are on the other side of politics from us, or we need to come together as a community to all work together so all our voices can be heard. We need to make sure that we're providing for our children who are the future leaders. They need the education they need so that they can be where we are now. At some point in the future, they're going to be the future leaders. If we don't take care of them now, what are they going to say when we're older and we're the elderly and they're making the laws for us? They're going to say, we don't know you guys. You didn't take care of us when we were coming up. Why should we take care of you? We need to take care of our communities, our families, make sure everyone is taken care of, make sure we're utilizing our budgets to the best we possibly can. That's been a big part of my life, is managing budgets, multi-million-dollar budgets, to make sure the money is being spent correctly. That was my job. Set the budgets, manage them. That's what I do.
All right. On your website, you talk about funding education. What are some things you'd like to see in order to put more funding into education?
Well, you have to realize I've been in the private sector for 42 years. So when you step out of private sector into the arena, especially as a freshman, as I would be, the things I would like to start bringing up that we look at is we look at the budgets. Are we double spending? Are there areas where we can find a same as or lesser expensive option in our purchases? Are we statewide utilizing all our resources, pooling them to get the best prices? Are we, books and such? Are we doing the best we can with what we're spending? Before we start putting more into it, we need to make sure we're doing the right thing with what we have right now. Because if you can't manage what you have right now, putting more money into it will not fix the problem. You got to make sure your budget's right.
All right. On your website, you also talk about Medicaid expansion and State Question 802. Could you talk about how you felt about the passage of 802 and the importance of that?
I'm really excited about that because of what it's going to bring to rural areas and to people in this state that don't have health care. There are people, my neighbors across the street, people don't have health care and they need to be helped in their companies they work for. They don't provide insurance. They're caught in between. There are people in need, and this is going to take care of them.
All right. You have a section for small businesses on your website. Here in Shawnee, we have plenty of small businesses. What are you wanting to do in order to protect them and help them from not being screwed over by big businesses?
That is a big question that you can get easily lost in the details of a question like that. You know, there are city incentives that deal with a lot of the bigger businesses and such when it comes to taxes and how all those things come into play. I think there needs to be a level playing field for the smaller businesses because they are the ones that don't have long-term financing in most cases. It takes 2 to 3 to 4 years to get a business to be profitable, and especially in the times that we're in right now, businesses aren't being profitable. They're going out of business. They're saying, 1 in 3 small businesses could go out of business this year. We need to really take a hard look at what we're doing and make sure we do right with what we've got.
All right. Our district is a very working class district. Where do you stand on raising the minimum wage and other labor benefits such as paid sick days and unions?
I believe that it would benefit our economy for there to be a wage, 10, 11, $12 an hour somewhere in this area. I don't know if the $15 an hour works in the Oklahoma market, but at least, yes, 11, $12 an hour. And on that, it is difficult to make a living. That takes 2 or 3 incomes to make it for a family of 4, 5, 6.
All right. And where are you at when it comes to the legalization of marijuana for recreational use?
That is something I have started to look into. I haven't really been able to take an exhaustive look into it, but I did hear, I think it was a couple days ago, they were mentioning about the tax income that we have this year was $80 million so far this year, which far exceeds last year's total income from the medical marijuana sales. I've heard it mentioned that there is a possibility that opening up to the recreational marijuana could have a deficit when it comes to the tax base that we have coming in from medical marijuana. People do have currently the opportunity to go visit a doctor, get a medical marijuana card if the doctor deems it necessary. I don't know. It would have to, get a state question, get that out there, and if that is what the voters want, then that is the way to proceed with that. Get a state question and put it before all the voters. But I've heard that there may be a less of an incentive to do it because of the tax situation and the revenue that's gleaned from the taxes for medical marijuana.
All right. And last question I have here is, who are your favorite music artists, and who have you been listening to lately?
Lana Del Rey is on my Pandora constantly. But I listen to a lot of Modest Mouse. I like Interpol. I got to see them, as a matter of fact, in Oklahoma City last year. It was on my bucket list. I finally got to see them on tour. Um, I'm kind of eclectic in my music taste. I also listen to a lot of light jazz and easy listening, ethereal. You know, when I really want to relax, it'll be some ethereal kind of space music, just to meditate and to so I can take time to think. When I need to think, I just get quiet music and take time to think the thoughts I need to not have distractions thinking about.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on. You have my vote in November. Where
Thank
can
you
we
very
find
much.
you on social media, and what is your campaign website?
My Camway, excuse me. My campaign website is www.bryce for Oklahoma. It's Bryce, BRYCE, for FOR, Oklahoma.com. And my you can find me on Facebook at Bryce Barfield, or you can find me at Bryce Barfield for Oklahoma House District 26 on Facebook.
All right.
And I'm at Bryce Barfield on Twitter.
All right. Cool. Thanks, man.
Thank you very much.